Imagine entering a place where serenity reigns supreme, a tranquil refuge inviting you to leave behind the noise and disorder of the external world. In this space, the journey toward a deep understanding of Stoicism begins. It is not an empty void, but rather a canvas of calm, ready to be adorned with the vibrant colors of our inner lives. Here, we immerse ourselves in the wisdom of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches the art of living through inner peace and resilience. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of the human condition, teach us the value of focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is beyond our influence. Through the practice of selective attention and the deliberate choice to ignore the externalities that we cannot influence, we discover freedom and peace. We explore these ancient lessons of life and discover together the transformative power of consciously ignoring. At the heart of Stoicism, we find autonomy, that sense of inner freedom that arises from a clear understanding of what is truly within our control. This philosophy does not invite us to retreat from the world, but to understand precisely where to exert our influence and where to accept events as they come. By freeing ourselves from the illusion of being able to govern the unpredictable, we gain new strength, an autonomy that makes us masters of our reactions and decisions. Through Stoicism, we learn the importance of focusing our energies on the areas of our lives where we can truly make a difference, such as our emotional responses and our daily actions. This not only enhances our personal power, but consolidates a serenity that comes from the awareness of having done everything possible where it truly matters. Stoic autonomy helps us distinguish between the background noise of life and the real opportunities for personal and spiritual growth. Consider the Stoic approach of distancing oneself from futile debates and disputes that stray from our core values. This selective detachment is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful affirmation of independence. By consciously choosing to ignore what does not contribute to our growth, we not only preserve our energy, but elevate the quality of our inner life. In this way, autonomy manifests not only in the control of our actions, but in the liberation from external constraints that seek to divert our path toward happiness and personal fulfillment. Actively ignoring distractions we cannot control trains us to remain steady at the center of our lives, where our true strength takes root and blossoms. Inner peace in the context of Stoicism begins with the acceptance of external storms as inevitable, but not determinative. In this philosophical space, we learn to transform external chaos into a mere backdrop for our inner theater, where we can act with serenity and deliberation. This practice does not imply total detachment from the world's problems, but rather a refined ability to select what deserves our attention and what we can let flow away like water over the stones of a river. To ignore, according to Stoicism, does not mean denying the existence of difficulties, but choosing not to let them disturb our internal balance. It is a subtle and powerful form of control that allows us to maintain calm in a world that often seems to oscillate between overstimulation and uncertainty. With this calm, we can reflect more clearly, make thoughtful decisions, and live more intentionally. The value of this tranquility lies not only in the absence of disturbance, but in the awareness that our internal reaction is what truly matters. While many seek external solutions to their discomforts, Stoicism teaches us that the real solution always lies within. This not only makes us more resilient to adversity, but also more capable of enjoying the simple pleasures and everyday joys that we often overlook. The Stoic art of ignoring is thus not an act of escape from reality, but an invitation to focus on what is truly essential. Through this filter, every decision, every thought, and every action becomes cleaner and more focused, free from distractions that only deviate us from our path to happiness. This is inner peace according to Stoicism, a place of strength and serenity to which we can retreat, always accessible if we only choose to ignore the superfluous. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true inner strength develops not by avoiding challenges, but by facing them consciously. This resilience is built upon the acceptance that some situations are beyond our control, allowing us to focus on our responses and the actions we can actually influence. The Stoic practice of ignoring is not a passive refuge but an active effort to focus on inner strength, which allows us to remain calm in turbulent situations. By ignoring uncontrollable circumstances, we conserve mental and emotional resources, which can be better invested in overcoming obstacles that are indeed surmountable. This process not only reinforces our autonomy, but also strengthens our ability to remain composed under pressure. Stoic strength is not measured by the absence of vulnerability, but by the ability to proceed with determination and dignity, even when conditions are unfavorable. Resilience, as understood in Stoicism, is not an innate quality, but rather a skill developed through continuous practice of emotional detachment from what we cannot change. This detachment does not imply indifference, but rather a strategic selection of battles worth fighting. In this way, Stoicism offers us the tools to build a kind of mental armor that protects our inner balance and peace as we face daily challenges. Ultimately, the Stoic practice of ignoring what is outside our control not only helps us conserve our energy, but also teaches us to use this energy more effectively. Through this discipline, we learn to recognize the true sources of inner strength and to value every experience as an opportunity for personal and spiritual growth. This resilience not only sustains us in times of crisis, but also enriches our daily lives, making us more whole and aware. Focus, productivity, and creativity are values that Stoicism elevates to essential virtues, promoting an attentive and intentional life. By ignoring the distractions around us, we can direct our energy toward activities that not only have a significant impact on our well-being, but also reflect our deepest values. Stoic philosophy teaches us to carefully select what to focus on, optimizing our time and resources in the best way possible. This approach is not just a strategy for reducing stress, but a methodology for increasing our efficiency and output. By concentrating on the activities we can control and the responses we can give, we learn to build a reality in which the quality of our output is directly proportional to the quality of our attention. In today's fast-paced world, the ability to stay focused on meaningful goals is more than ever a form of resistance against information overload. Moreover, Stoicism promotes creativity through the practice of selective isolation. By momentarily distancing ourselves from the noise of the world, we grant ourselves spaces of silence where the mind can explore new ideas without interruption. In these moments of quiet, creativity can flourish, freed from external pressures and inspired by deep reflection. These periods of creative isolation are not withdrawals from reality, but rather deeper immersions into our inner lives, where we can discover unexpected connections and innovative insights. By adopting these Stoic principles, we approach life not only with greater productivity, but also with a renewed sense of purpose. Every action becomes an act of conscious creation, every decision a step toward a more authentic and fulfilled existence. This focus allows us to transform daily routines into expressions of a deeper, more considered self, elevating the simplicity of the everyday to an art of meaningful living. In the context of Stoicism, authentic relationships are seen as fundamental to a meaningful life. By ignoring superficial distractions and fleeting interactions, we can dedicate ourselves to cultivating bonds that reflect our deepest values. This often involves a conscious choice to spend time and attention on those who truly enrich our existence, rather than dispersing energy in multiple, less significant directions. Stoicism encourages us to invest in relationships that promote mutual growth and support, valuing quality over quantity. Through the practice of focused attention, we can offer our full presence to those we love, thereby strengthening the fabric of our interpersonal connections. This approach not only deepens our relationships but also fosters a virtuous cycle of respect, understanding, and affection, making each interaction a true reflection of our commitment to the Stoic way of life. We thank you for accompanying us on this journey through the profound lessons of Stoicism. Each moment spent exploring these ancient teachings strengthens our ability to live with intentionality and serenity. Remember, true power lies in our ability to remain centered, regardless of the storms that surround us. We hope you have found inspiration in these reflections and that they may serve as a guide in your pursuit of a more balanced and mindful life. To continue exploring the wisdom of Stoicism, and for further insights on how to enrich your daily life with these millennia-old practices, subscribe to our channel, and activate notifications. Join our community of thoughtful and conscious thinkers who, like you, strive to live with authenticity and determination. Don't miss our upcoming videos, which will help you face life's challenges with grace and resilience. Remember, in a world that never stops changing, Stoic philosophy offers a beacon of wisdom that is just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago.